What's going on, everybody? It's Letitia with Barefoot Gardening. I hope that you're doing well. Let's talk about container gardening today. It is so gorgeous outside today. Look at those blue skies. So, what is considered a container? Well, we have the fabric ones, right? These are supposed to be aerated, root prunes, our air prunes, your roots, and you can buy them in all kinds of different sizes. I won this in a giveaway one time and haven't used it yet, so I'm excited about filling that up, right? And using it, so I'm excited. I think I'm gonna put herbs in there. Then you have flower pots, okay? All kinds of different shapes and that you can buy, different colors, okay? Here's another grow bag or smart pot, okay? That's what that brand is called. But there are all kinds of different things. These are I bought some fig trees and I'm reusing the pots that it came in, okay? There's tons of different things that you can purchase, okay? If it's not in the ground, really, it's in a container. If you don't have your food in the ground, I'm sure you have it in some sort of container. Buckets. Yes, these are buckets, okay, that I bought from Lowe's and Home Depot. And can you tell which one is from where? Yeah, you can. So just drill some holes in the bottom of that sucker, and maybe even just the side as well. I drill about 2 inches up from the bottom and on each side, and there you go. You have something to grow food in. These are the terracotta looking pots, are self-watering pots, supposed to be, and there's just a reservoir in the bottom, so that the water, when it comes through, it collects down at the bottom and drains out if it gets too full. This is considered a pot, okay, or a container. Anything that you are growing inside of, you have to fill with soil, is a container, okay? Is that clear? We got it. I know we got it. Here's my little hanging baskets. Is that considered a container? Why, yes, it is, because it's not in the ground, okay? So we grow in containers, and you know, I've heard some people, or you can grow food in containers. I heard some people that are just strictly like, I will not ever grow food in a container. If you grow food in containers, it's not considered a garden. You're not really gardening. You're not a farmer. Okay, ma'am, sir. Whether or not it's food or flowers, is your flowers in containers? Yes, they are. Are you gardening? Yes, you are. You are container gardening. Pump your brakes and slow down, okay? With all the judgment. Just because people decide to garden in containers does not mean that they're not a gardener, okay? And that they don't have goals to be sustainable or grow food for their family or help other people in the community. Pump your brakes. Look at them spreading the word that there's food. Look at all them birds on my ceiling, on my roof. Now they gone. I don't know where they went. The thing about container gardening, look at those containers. I bought them on sale. They were on sale at, what's that store? Burlington, $6 a piece. Well, I got that one for $6 and that one for $3. It's a little bit smaller. But the thing about container gardening is, yes, you can grow food in containers, but what are the pros? So I can keep things contained, hence the word container, okay? I can buy all kinds of different shapes and colors and sizes, and maybe I like that. You know, that's the artist coming out at me. The swimming pool could be a container, y'all. It is considered a container in my book because I got to fill it up and then I'm a plant in it, okay? I don't have to do that if I'm doing in-ground. But back to what the pros of having containers. I get to experience the freedom of, like I said, growing what I want, keeping things contained that need to be contained, such as like herbs. There are certain herbs that if you grow them in the ground, they will spread quite fast, okay? Before you know it, you'll have them everywhere, like mint. Any variety of mint or any variety of seed or plant that is in the mint family, like oregano. Okay, I will never again plant oregano in a raised bed or in the ground because it spreads. Now, it's not like out of control, like tomorrow I wake up and it's just everywhere and taking over the garden. It's not that bad. It's just that it does. Okay, the roots are spread through under the ground, and they don't just spread out in the little area and take up as much space as they want. They spread everywhere. Okay, and you hear people talk about this all the time. Oh Lord, my mint just completely took over my bed. It's so invasive. Okay, and that's what it means. It just does that over time. And so keeping it contained or in one area is going to be quite difficult. There go my mint back there, and I showed y'all where I've had to dig up the mint and put it in pots because it's coming out. Now that pot next to it, that's mint, and that's where the rest of this should have been. Okay, it should have been in a pot, but my bad, right? And we make mistakes in the garden all the time, but now I know. And it's not like overly like, oh Lord, I gotta look, there's a piece right there coming up. That's mint right there. Like, oh Lord, I'm just so overwhelmed with all this mint everywhere. You know, it's not that, and I don't feel that way. And so it's still manageable, but over time, you know, if I don't stay on top of it, it will not become manageable anymore. Okay. And so we'll be mowing the grass and smelling mint all over the neighborhood, and it's coming from my house because yeah, I let it get out of control. Lemon balm is another one. Okay, now I don't have any. I thought it was going to come back, but I don't think it's going to come back. But lemon balm is another one. It's in the mint family, so it needs to be in a container on its own. Okay, if y'all know of any other pros to container gardening, please comment below and let me know what your thoughts are. Another pro is that everybody ain't got the space. We don't have, and y'all know my backyard is this big, honey. It's small, but everybody doesn't have the in-ground space to have rows and rows of crops and things. And some people are living in apartments. You know, and they may have a balcony or a little porch, and that's all they can do, right? They don't have the space, but they are growing food, and they want to grow food. They're willing to learn how to grow food. So use your little containers and do that. You can do it, okay? So that's another pro. There's always a way if you have a container. You can grab a bowl from your house, okay? Poke some holes in it or drill some holes and put some soil in there and plant, honey, and you got your herbs. You can not even plant outside. You can grab your little bowl and stick it in a windowsill. Okay, an aluminum container. You can poke holes in that and plant inside. That's a container, but you got your food growing. Okay, now on to the cons. And cons sounds it sounds horrible, right? But these are the things that I would consider when container gardening. Okay, it works, people do it, but these are some things that you should consider. If you don't already have a drill, you may want to invest in one. Okay, because hard plastic containers like buckets are really hard to use a hammer and a knife or whatever it is, okay, that you want to use to poke a hole in it. So I would recommend going ahead and using that or purchasing a drill. So you do have to do a little bit of prep with your containers before you use them. You want to make sure, there is not one plant I know of that doesn't need to be drained every once in a while, if they even like water. You know, some plants do like to sit in water or don't mind. And some plants really do need a lot of water, like watermelons and any melon. But no plant likes to their roots to sit in water for a long time. Matter of fact, you mess around and kill them, okay? And I've done plenty of that. So take my word for it. Plenty, okay? So you might want to invest in a drill. The other thing is that the buying the soil to fill it up, okay, or some type of source or medium that you're going to use, figuring that out, and then filling up your buckets. This is a 5-gallon bucket from Home Depot. It cost me $8 and some change to buy a 2 cubic bag of soil. A 2 cubic bag of soil is equal to about 7.5 gallons. So I can buy a 2 cubic bag of soil fill it up, and I have a little bit left, right? But just fill one bucket, just to fill one bucket. Then I have to buy another one to fill the rest of this up. Okay, I can use what's left over from this one, but then I have to buy another one to fill this one up. So soil can become very expensive purchase for the garden. There are tons of ways that you can buy in bulk and it lasts more over time. I'm gonna do another video on that, but that's just another consideration. The other thing is that buckets, pots, containers, like this is like a tote. It's supposed to be used as a tote, right? Maybe for some crochet stuff that I got going on, but I decided to use it in the garden. Okay, you can use pretty much anything. But the other thing is that containers dry out faster, and so therefore your plants need more care in containers than if they were in the ground. I found last year when I grew my tomatoes in the ground that the tomatoes in the ground needed less watering. I didn't have to baby them as much as I did for the ones that were in a container. So that's just another consideration if you're going to use containers, okay? I love them. I think there's a place for them in the world, and I don't think anybody else should tell you any different, okay? You do what you think is best, but just take these things into consideration. Thank you all so much for watching. I love y'all, and stay tuned because I'm gonna do a video on how to transplant store-bought plants into your garden, how to put plants in the garden that you bought at the store. That's all transplant means, okay? And so for beginner gardeners that didn't know. So I'm gonna show you how to do that, and I'm actually gonna put some of these in my new raised bed, okay? And show you how to do that. So thank you all again for watching. Thank you for your support. I love y'all so much. And until next time, bye.